What's up everybody, John from Old Reading Farm here. In today's video, we trade all of our pumpkins for a trailer full of alpacas. Nope. In today's video, we trade all of our alpacas for a trailer full of pumpkins. Let me explain. All right, so I am outside of our alpaca pasture here, so it's pretty clear that we actually didn't trade all of our alpacas for pumpkins, but what we did do today was our annual Pumpkins for Pacas event. Now what that is we have a day after Halloween where we invite the members or the people who live around us to come and visit the farm, and we give them a nice little tour of everything, and all we ask for in exchange is your Halloween pumpkins as all of the alpacas run away. So that's what we did today. It's our annual event called Pumpkins for Pacas, and last year it went pretty well. It was really just like almost like an outreach thing to just tell people that we were here. Well, somebody who was here last year told us that we only had 14 at that time, and now we have 31. And we also have way more chickens than we did back then, obviously, and we just have a lot more going on. And so Kat had a great idea, which was like, let's set up our hat tent that we had set up at other, at craft shows and things like that, and just see if people may want to buy some hats. Turns out we had a tremendous day. We sold, less than a normal craft fair day, but yesterday we went to a craft show up in Litchfield, which is like 45 an hour away from us, and we sold like next to nothing. It wasn't, besides the fact that Kat and I got to spend like a day together, which we don't normally get to do, it wasn't really like a good craft show. We're not going to go back there again next year. And I don't mean to, listen, we still sold some stuff. It definitely was worth our time to go up there. We have more money in our pockets now than we did when we first went up there, but it's just, not one of those things we want to do again next year. We want to try to find a higher grossing event. But anyway, we made almost 3 times as much money here today just with our little table setup than we did at the craft show yesterday. And the biggest thing for me was people actually bought my carved Christmas trees. And I addressed this a little later on in the video, but if you've watched any of my recent videos, you know that I've been sort of sensitive about that. And I didn't really like how they come out, but people actually complimented me pretty hard. I don't even know what to say. I got a lot of compliments on my trees, and I sold every single one of them. And I just can't, I was not expecting that at all. I was thinking I was gonna sell one, like the big one that I like the most, but I ended up selling every single one, which is crazy. I never saw that coming. I guess it goes to show you, what the hell do I know? And I also mentioned this later on, but it's really super affirming to have people compliment you like that. Right, Pepper? Yeah. Like how everybody compliments Pepper on how big she is. You wanna say hi, Pepper? Pepper, you're never in these videos anymore because you're just lazy. Look at the camera. Anyway, it was super affirming, a tremendous sense of affirmation for people to buy those trees. And, I was telling Kat yesterday while we were talking about it at the show, I can look at the hats that she makes. I can look at that and I can say, that's a beautiful hat. No question about it. It's beautiful. Anybody who says it's not is just wrong. But when it comes to those trees, it is sort of, I guess it's not sort of, I guess it is art. And I've always tried to be sort of an artsy guy. So it's just it's really, really nice. And so everybody who bought those trees, thank you so much. And I told these people, you can't even begin to understand what it means to me for you to say how beautiful this thing is and then to buy it and bring it home and put it in your house. You can't imagine what that means to me, but it means so much. So I did do one other thing I did do one other thing yesterday that I was hoping was going to be another kind of art project, but I don't know if it's actually going to work. But I made some cookies. What's up, everybody? John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In today's video, we're going to be making some cookies. So I'll show you a little bit of the process of that. And you know, originally this video was just going to be about me cutting cookies. But I think this, to me, selling my trees was a much bigger deal than cutting some different wood on my sawmill. So I'm gonna fill you in a little bit on the cookies, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the rest of our event. Sorry about that. We're not actually gonna be making those types of cookies. We're gonna be making some cookies on the sawmill. Now, I have several pieces of black walnut that you can see right here, this guy, and this little piece on the floor, on the ground, as well as this knotty piece. There's one other, and I have a couple big pieces. So what I want to do is, so black walnut has a really cool dark center, and it looks great when you make slabs. But a lot of the pieces that I got are just not really wide enough to make good slabs with. So I'm gonna try to set it up so that I can make both like just regular circle cookies and like oblong cookies. And hopefully it works out, because I haven't done this before on the sawmill and it's gonna require some jerry rigging, but that's what I'm good at. Let's get to work. All right, so this is how I have it so far. Obviously, this is not how I normally mill logs. So I got this cool kind of crotch right here with these three little I'll have to trim this down a little bit to get the blades to go through, but I think this will end up looking pretty cool. So I'm gonna cut this, you know, straight, and then I'm gonna come through and cut another one, and basically, you know, cut down. And so hopefully I should have some cool oval shaped cookies. And you see I have the log ratchet strapped underneath this bunk. So this really shouldn't be going anywhere. It's my first time doing this though, so hopefully it comes out well. Let's see how it goes. All right, so these are some of the cookies that I got. I think my favorite one is this, just because of how odd of a shape it is. And then like it might be cool to do like a straight line right here, straight line right there. Now, I did do some random thicknesses on these, so they're not gonna be like easy to do much with, but I think that might make kind of a cool charcuterie board. And it's really hard to see the grain. It's like I don't have any water down here, but when you get this wet, like it really looks good. Now my problem is the same problem that I had, this is really thick, with the charcuterie boards that I did with the cherry, where you can see the sawmill lines in there, so I would have to plane it down, and I unfortunately don't have my planer figured out. That one kind of looks like a ghost. You know, this does look like it's maybe a little rotten, and that's why, you know, you can see how yellow this is over here. But I think I'll probably still be able to use that. You can see there's a lot of sapwood, which is this white wood. Usually with walnut that you'll look at, you'll see there's a much bigger black heart than these have. But I think they're still pretty cool. And I think there's still something I can do with these. Maybe make signs or something. I don't know. They're pretty cool. let me see what else I can do with this plug. All right, so here are two of my trees. Not great. There's one bear that I've been working on in the back. I just need to give him eyes. I think he's probably my favorite bear. Definitely need to work on the fur, but his face looks the best. Because there's also this one, but he didn't come out so good. And also this wood, I don't know what kind of bug it's got in it, but it's got bugs, and they're digging right through there. Pine boring beetles or whatever they are. But I also have these trees, and this one right here, that is absolutely my favorite. But I've come around on these as well. So just gonna burn the bases to give it a little bit of a barkish look, and I think they came out looking pretty good. I did not like these very much when they were just bare wood, but after Catherine stained them green, they look so much better. So I'm just gonna throw a quick sand on a couple of those cookies and see if I can get something out of them, see if they look like something. Be right back. All right, so this is before. It's Sandaroonie. Shoot. All right. So that looks better than I thought it was gonna. Not bad. I mean, and that's sort of what I was saying with the heartwood. Should really look like this nice, deep, dark walnut color. And I'm pretty happy. This is just 100 grit sandpaper that I just went over this with, and that's pretty good. I don't know what all this discoloration is, though. And, you know, like you see on the other side, there's some blue in there. Like, it really shouldn't be that like that. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that. All right, so this one looks about the same. You know, I guess I could sort of see that this is really, it's got to be some form of rot coming in, right? Like, I mean, what else could that be? I mean, this one looks pretty cool, but again, I just can't get rid of these mill lines. And I wonder if like a belt sander would help, or like what I can do besides getting a new planer. But I don't know. I mean, that looks pretty cool. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I wish I could do like finish carpentry. Oh well. All right. Do one final update here before the end. It's been a supremely successful day. We actually had a craft show yesterday, and we've already sold more here than we did there. And I have sold all of my trees. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. I never thought that would happen, but supremely grateful to everybody who's come out today. We got a ton of pumpkins. We got a ton of kids who really enjoyed the alpacas, which was great. Somebody wants to do a birthday party here next year. Wild. So again, thank you to everybody from our town who came out to this. Thank you to everybody who bought something, especially thank you to those people who bought the trees and said so many nice things about them. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. And thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.